community. It's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and it is Monday, which means it's time for another installment of Vinyl Editions. So this week, I've got some cool stuff because I was able to hit both my favorite local record stores, and I was able to get a couple reissues that came out recently. So let's get started. Let's talk about the first trip I made on, I believe it was Friday. I went to my local Down in the Valley record store and picked up a brand new album from a local band I'm really excited about. This band is called Turn, 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 kind of like the Birds song. So it's made up of three local mainstays in the local music scene. This is Adam Levy, who played with a group known as the Honey Dogs. They're kind of an alternative rock band that were around here in the Twin Cities. This is Savannah Smith. I know her because I believe I played a show or so with her. I did a bunch of open mics way back in the day, and I believe she was at a couple of them, and I made friends with her then, and I've just been following kind of her solo stuff recently, so it's really cool to see that she was involved in this project. And the last person I'm not familiar with, but that is Barb Breinstad, and she's a local mainstay too. She's a bass player and singer, and so these three formed a trio, I believe in 2018. They were doing cover gigs and then decided to just start doing some original material. This is their first album. They recorded it last year and then finally had it pressed and released this last Friday, and it is very awesome. It's great. It's Americana folk type music, with some rock in there, and they describe themselves as kind of like Laurel Canyon. So if you like that late 60s Laurel Canyon sound, this record's gonna really turn you on. It's great stuff. Really enjoyed it and super excited that I was able to pick it up. Turn, Turn, Turn is the band. You can find them at Turn, Turn, Turn MPLS if you want to look them up on the social medias. And they do have a Bandcamp page as well that you can look at their stuff there and maybe pick up a copy of this either digitally or on vinyl through that site. But very cool, super excited to have picked this up. It's a really, really good album. All right, while I was there, I was able to find another album here, and that was Elvis Costello. This one is called King of America. They label it as the Costello Show, featuring Elvis Costello. This one is from 1986. I'm definitely not familiar with it. As you know, I've just recently started listening to Elvis Costello stuff. So I'm excited to give this a spin and see what this one's all about. So this fits in the timeline, I think. I'm not sure what his discography timeline is, but 1986 seems to be right around the time that I'm at anyway. All right, and then I also made a trip to my local Mill City Sound in Hopkins, Minnesota, another of my favorite stores, and I picked up some really good stuff here. We'll start with, of course, everybody knows I've been collecting this gentleman's catalog recently, so I was happy to pick up Bob Dylan's Saved album. This is his second Christian album there, I guess you could call it. He converted to Christianity and released three semi-gospel-like albums, and this is the second of the three. I have Slow Train Comin', which was the first, and now I have Saved, so I only need one more. I want to say it's Out of the Shadow or something like that. But that's the only one I need of the gospel ones. Listen to this. It's a really good album. Very, very good stuff. So happy to have this in my Bob Dylan collection. And I also found Bob Dylan's Desire album. A lot of people really, really like this. I haven't heard this one yet, so I'm looking forward to spinning this and listening to it probably today. But this is Bob Dylan's Desire. Pick this one up from Mill City as well. Also, everybody knows I'm collecting Dolly Parton stuff, so here's Dolly and Porter's Love and Music. So looking forward to spinning this one as well. And last but certainly not least, as far as used albums go, I was able to finally get an upgraded copy of AC/DC's Poweredge. Super pumped about this. My copy was the cover was just frayed all over, just creased all over. It was just destroyed. And the vinyl was in decent shape so that I could listen to it, but now I'm excited because I'm able to listen to it in basically a VG Plus wax, and the cover is in really, really good shape. So this is an early pressing, so I believe it's a 1978 pressing of the album, so I'm happy to have this in my collection now in better shape. And the last thing I picked up while I was there is the Litters Distortions. So as you know, I've been kind of getting the Litters catalog. They're one of my dad's favorite bands. When he was a teenager, he bandboyed for them and all sorts of stuff. And he probably last November or somewhere in that time frame, I had the whole family over here for a get together, and he had asked me if I had any of the Litter on vinyl, and I didn't at the time. I picked up an album from his best friend who dropped off a box of vinyl. You can watch that video back a few weeks back, and there was an Emerge album from the Litter in there. Listened to that, really enjoyed it, and then we found out that my dad was hospitalized again, and so it became more important to me to get the albums from this band that he loved so much into my collection. So this is I believe the last one I really needed of theirs from the 60s era of the Litter. So great garage and psych band, really good stuff. All right, this next album I picked up from an online auction. This is Bob Dylan's Good As I've Been to You. So this is a traditional folk album. It's got a lot of traditional folk songs on here that Bob Dylan redid. One of the fun ones is A Froggy Went A-Courtin' and He Did Ride. So yeah, this is an interesting album. It's a really good album, but Bob Dylan's voice on this one is very strange. So we all know that he has kind of a nasally voice as is, but on this one, it's almost as if he accentuated that nasalness in his voice on purpose to make this album. It's a very good album. It's fun. If you love folk songs, he does a good job with all of them here. So Bob Dylan, Good As I've Been to You, into my collection. All right, this next one is an unofficial release, so a bootleg, I guess you could say, but it's an album that hasn't been reissued since the original pressing of it. And when they Run Out Groove did the box set of these guys, for some reason this album was not included. I'm not sure what the whole story is on that, but this is the last one I needed from Typo Negative. This is Dead Again. This is, like I said, an unofficial release. It sounds absolutely fantastic, and they did an absolutely great job in getting the colored wax on there, looking decent. It's not the Typo green exactly, but they did a good job with the inserts and everything on here. So I'm happy to have this in my collection. This will be what we call a placeholder until an official release is actually done. I'm hoping that we'll see that, but I'm guessing it won't be for a while because they are slowly reissuing the albums that they put in the box set one at a time in there, and until they get all of those done, I don't think we'll see this one repressed yet. So for the time being, happy to have this in my collection. This is brand new. It just came out, 2020 issue of it, so it will do the job for now. All right, picked this one up from Amazon. They had a big sale going on, and this one dropped down to, I believe it was $7 or $8. And I missed it the first time, but I got it the second time when it dropped to 10, and I'm happy to pay that. But this is It Chapter 2 soundtrack. This is awesome. Like the first side A is really kind of chill and mellow with a few minor like bangs in there to kind of spook a little, but other than that, it's very relaxing and chill. And side 2 is where it kind of gets you with the horror type sounds, and I really enjoyed this album and listening to it. I thought it was a fun ride. Just recently saw this movie, so I saw part 1 when it came out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I bought part 2 right away when it came out, but we just finally got around to watching it, and then this went on sale probably 2 days after we watched it, so that was kind of cool timing. So happy to have this in my collection, It Chapter 2. Now I need to find It Chapter 1, because I really enjoyed that music. Picked this one up for the youngest and my wife. They're both really big fans of Disney, and I saw this. It was marked down to, I think it was like $17. And we have volume 1, so I figured I might as well get volume 2 on here. This one's really good. It's got Hakuna Matata on here, Zippity Doo Dah's on here. It's got Remember Me from the Coco movie. It's got Everybody Wants to Be a Cat from the Aristocats. Chim Chim Cheree's on here. Monkey San from Jungle Book is on here. It's got some really cool stuff on here. So really fun to have this added to our collection. We listened to this and just had a blast, reliving some of those great Disney classics. The last two albums I want to show you are two albums that were just reissued or issued for the first time on vinyl, and super excited about them. The first one is Carrie Underwood's Some Hearts. This came out on Friday. It's a great album. It's her debut album, and was super pumped when I saw that they were putting this on vinyl. I think that this is a reissue. I think that they actually put this on vinyl originally, but I can't be 100% sure. But I'm super excited to actually have a copy of this album on vinyl now. It sounds fantastic. And the last one, this one I'm pumped about. This is one of my favorite albums from the artist, and this is the first time it's been put on vinyl. This is Miranda Lambert's Platinum album. Just a fantastic album. So super excited that they put this on vinyl. And this one has got the song Automatic on here. Little Red Wagon is on here. Something Bad with Carrie Underwood is on here. It's just a really solid album from Miranda Lambert. Probably my favorite that she's done so far. So yeah, super excited to have this reissued. Also was just released on Friday. So super pumped to put those into my collection as well. So there you have it. That is my vinyl editions for this past week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and interact with you. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and follow the journey. I do a vinyl editions every Monday, or attempted to do it every Monday. And also I want to let you know I'm going to do another video that is updating you on my CDs and cassette editions here. So if you're into CDs and cassettes, check out that video when it comes out later, and I hope you'll enjoy that. Picked up a bunch of cool stuff these last several weeks on CD and cassette that I'm very excited to show people. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.